everyone, and welcome to Healer Sister. Healer Sister is a show that aims to bring restoration and hope to a young woman. My name is Amhalang Matlabi, and on today's topic, we are discussing finding a life partner from God. How do you choose a life partner? We're joined in studio by Khontlafetse Mbeha. She's a friend of mine, a sister in the church. She says she wears so many hats, including that of sharing and healing a sister in her YouTube channel, and we're so happy to have you here. How are you, Khontle?
Hi, Amo. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited and happy to be here.
Great.
How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah.
I'm great. Khontlafetse, when they came to you,
Yeah.
and they want you to come and talk to young people across the world about how they can find a life partner from God. What was your first impression?
First of all, I never say no. I never say no. Whenever I'm called to duty,
struggle.
I first say yes.
Yes.
Well, I
Yes.
accept the call. Whether or not I can do it, well, if you
We'll figure it
identified me,
out.
I'll do it. You know? So when they identified me and say, my sister, there's a show that we need you to be a part of, I was like, yes. And then that's when I was like, what do I talk about? And then they said, I'm finding a life partner from God.
Yeah.
That's when I felt so inadequate, you know? You're like, yo, I've made so many mistakes in my past, in my dating life. How am I going to stand or sit there in front of many broken sisters who need healing and say, sister, this and this, but God has a way. Yeah, so I'm here to share my story and just heal a sister, hopefully.
And heal a sister.
In Jesus' name,
essentially. You talk about your story. I think let's just get right into it. Let's get to know who Khontle is.
Khontle is a girl. I like saying that I'm a girl. It makes me it makes me feel young again. I'm
Yes.
a girl. Yes, I am a girl. You know, when we were young, we used to say, hi, my name is Khontlafetse. I am a girl. So I'm a girl. I am a Christian girl. I am a God's girl through and through. I was raised by my mother, a single mother, and my grandmother was a big part of my upbringing. So as you know, our African grandmothers, you know, you go to church 3 times a week, if not more. You need to be prim and proper.
Yeah.
So I really acknowledge my grandmother, who is just a soft-spoken old woman back home in Mahalape. And I really, yes, I appreciate her for the upbringing. And yes, I was raised in the church. As we always say, we were taught principles and what to do, what not to do when looking for a life partner. And the major thing that was always emphasized through and through was that when you're looking for a life partner, it should be someone in the church. Someone in the church. And waiting to have sex in marriage was a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So should I go on?
Please go on.
Yes. Because this is one of my favorite topics.
Okay.
I love love. I like talking about love.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So I went to university. That's when you can just be yourself and just explore this life thing. You know, you're away from parental guidance.
All the way from
and,
home, yeah.
You know, all the way from home. So I went to university. Yes, I did date.
Is that where you started dating in university?
Formally.
Okay.
Yes, that's
okay.
that's exactly
Understood.
where I met my life partner, my soulmate, my husband. That's where I met my husband.
Okay.
So yes, I did date before him.
Okay.
You know, when you are a young woman there's so much pressure to get into relationships. Sometimes you don't even know why. But there's just pressure all over. Are you seeing someone? Are you dating? When are you getting married? I mean, I'm here to study. Why are you asking me about marriage? But we just go along with the pressure. We don't stop to say,
Why?
who am I?
Yeah.
Why should I get into a relationship? We don't question. We just, it's a, what do you call? Yeah, we just run along. So I can confidently say that I ran along with the flow of just guys approaching, and you don't, okay, are you in the church? You don't even ask too much. As long as he's a member of the Seventh-day Adventist church, you're like, big tick, yes. So, And that on its own is not advisable. You know, when you are finding a life partner from God, I emphasize, you need to make sure that it is not only the church records that you need. You need to see the person. Are they grounded in the faith? Do they study the Bible? Do they pray? How do they treat people out there? So yeah, I did date a few guys before I met my husband, and I could say it was just part of going with the flow and exploring and learning about myself while in the process. And the other thing that I did just before I met my husband, I just paused. It was not a long break though, but I just had to find out, who am I?
When you say pause, are you talking about pausing from the dating life?
Yes, but like I mentioned, it was not such a long pause.
It was not such a long...
It's just a little pause to say, who am I? What do I want?
know, yeah.
Oh, actually, the reason why I paused is because I was going through a heartbreak.
Okay.
Yes, I was going through a heartbreak from a church guy.
Yeah.
I was like, it is rough out here. It is
For a
rough
sister.
for a sister.
Yeah.
You know, so I paused a little bit, and you know, it's very important what you do when you are heartbroken.
Yeah.
Some of us, we try to find comfort out there, do this, do that.
Or immediately jump into another relationship.
Which, I mean, considering that we are just going along with the flow, it's easy to just say, you know, I'm going to jump onto the next one. But I can confidently say that I served in the church. It was my lifestyle. I was not doing it to find a man. I mean, a man was a plus, a very much appreciated plus. But
you were intentional about finding a partner from God.
Yes, I was
Can
very
you say
clear.
that after the heartbreak, that's the decision that you made? Is that, you know, I just broke up with another guy.
Yes.
But I'm really now looking for someone that is coming directly from God this time, Lord.
To say I was looking, I can't say I was looking.
You were not looking.
I was not looking.
Yes.
But I was ready.
Okay, you were ready.
Ready as in like, I was not saying I'm not getting into these, but I was not really like, oh, wow, okay, who's going to be the next guy? Okay, God. But I remember there was a crusade. I used to go to church every day. I prayed, I cried. I would lock myself, okay, not lock, but I would get in that closet at university. I would pray. God, heal me. You know, there is healing and total transformation in God. So you need to make sure that you heal so that you don't jump into the next relationship, a broken and, you know, a broken sister. So I took time, a little time, yes, but I took time. I served in the church. I used to go for mission camps. I've been everywhere. I used to call my friends to church. I'm very big on people. I love people. Everywhere I go, I make friends easily.
Yeah.
Different types of people. You know, you see me with an introvert and I'm a people's magnet. I love people. So I'd call them to church. Like, all my friends, come to church. You know? So I was always at church and always serving, and that's where I met someone who is like-minded.
So you're confirming that in serving in ministry, in just totally consuming yourself in God's word.
Exactly. You know, when the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. This was added. Like I said, it was a plus one. Whether or not God would have given me a man, I would still be happy serving God. You know, it brings so much joy. Like when you're serving God, you even learn how to love and how to be loved, you know? You know what to expect in a man. I mean, I've mentioned that I grew up from a single parent household. Of course, my grandfather and my uncle were there, but, you know, nothing compares to the love of a father that I see in my daughter and her father. So when you get to know God and you're just so spoiled, and he's a gentleman and he pays the bills, you're like, oh, okay, all right, I deserve better. You know, so really serve. I can't overemphasize this. Just be consumed with God. Yeah.
So you decided, I'm going to be myself. I'm going to allow God to use me however way He wishes to.
Yes, to this day.
I am going to serve in the ministry. I am going to spread the word as far as possible.
Literally.
As much as I can.
Yes.
This does not mean, or this, even though when you were going through a heartbreak, you were hoping that God would bring someone that is approved by Him. You understand?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
But the journey for you became about something else. It was not. It was not about now just finding a partner.
Yeah.
Now, you are actually enjoying. Serving. You're enjoying serving. And in serving, God then blessed you with a partner. I think now we want to know. You're trying to find a partner, right?
Yes.
And in finding that partner, how could you tell that this person
is the one.
is stamped and approved?
Ooh.
This one is coming from God.
Hey.
You had been in other relationships.
Yes, and
other
I
failed
thought they were
relationships.
coming from
Now,
God.
perhaps, maybe let's make a comparison.
Yes.
How was this one different?
Oh, that's a good question, Amo. Okay, I prayed.
Yeah.
I prayed. And I don't mean just when you see the guy and you say, dear Jesus, is he the one? And you rush, you know?
You were not going crazy.
Yes, I was not going crazy. You know, it's very important to proceed slowly. Don't be jumping up and down in and out of relationships. It is very important to pause and say, God, I like him. I do, you know I do. But is he the one? God, if he's not the one, take him away. Or just give me the strength to say no. You know, you have to go against what you think, what you see, what you feel to say, because him, the moment I saw him, it was easy for me to say, this one is the one, because he was in church, he was preaching, he was, and he was an elder at the church.
But you needed God's confirmation.
But you need God's confirmation, Amo. You need God's confirmation because other than that, there are so many counterfeits. We have so many young brothers, good-looking brothers, holding their Bibles, looking good in their suits, but are they after God's own heart? Yeah. So I remember when he asked me to be his girlfriend, to court me. He was like, you know what, I want to get to know you and I would want to marry you someday. And there I was like, ooh, yes,
Jesus, is that you?
In my heart, I was like, yes. Right now, let's get married. Bring the dress, whatever. We don't need anything. Yes. And also, I need to just mention that in person, that this thing of waiting to have sex after marriage.
There's a blessing in that waiting.
There's a blessing in that waiting. My point really was that you can just easily, rush to say, God.
Yes.
You know my feelings. My father. He looks right. Yeah, so I was like, in my heart, I was like, he's the one. Yes, I like him. But then I was like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, thank you so much. I need to go.
Your heart is
my
racing.
Heart is like,
your mind is going berserk.
My mind is like,
you are already approved in here.
We've been here before.
But God, I need you to sign
God,
this one.
I need you,
sign him off.
God is the one and all, but is he really the one? I remember I took time. I remember the date. It was on the 10th of August, 2010. Yes.
Hold on to that part. We have so much more to unpack after the break.
Yes.
See you soon. Welcome back to Healer Sister. We're still discussing how to find a life partner from God, or how to choose a life partner from God. Sitting here with me, Khontle Mbeha. She was just talking about how she was having a discussion.
Yes.
A back and forth with God.
Yes.
Lord, can you approve this man?
Yes.
Is he the one? I know my heart is racing. I've already confirmed him. But Lord, put a stamp on it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So what happened? How did you now know? How did then God say, he's the one, my daughter?
He's the one. God speaks. He speaks. He speaks in various ways. He speaks through his word. He speaks through nature. God speaks. So I took time. I went to pray. I remember, and before he asked me out, actually, I had fasted to say, God, direct us. Yes. So after he asked me out, I went back to God and said, God, you know me, I'm easily excitable.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much for you to impress me. I'm easy to impress. I'm not hard, trust me. So I was like, God, I'm mighty impressed. So please calm me down. It took a whole 6 days. Yeah, 6 days is a lot, right? Yes, it took 6 days. Yes, the God I serve. Yeah, it took 6 days.
You're getting God to work overtime.
Actually, I always say that, like, God works overtime with me all the time. He works overtime. I'm like, God, sorry, I need your favor. Yes, so I didn't fast. I fasted the first time. I just prayed, God, is he the one? God, is he the one?
Yeah.
God, speak to me. God, disturb my soul, disturb my peace. If he's not the one with him, I love him. But please allow me to just let go.
Yeah.
Disturb me. I don't want to feel peaceful inside, I remember the brother was like, sister, it's been a few days. What is the answer? And then I'm like, you know what? I prayed and I feel so much peace. I'm not rushing this. It's organic and let's see where it goes. So you were saying the qualities that I was looking, that actually, yeah. Apart from the fact that one, he attended church on time.
And he was on the pulpit.
And he he was a church elder. I love people, ne? So I needed someone who loved people the same way.
Yeah.
So even though we should not just say, I like this person because he loves God and he comes to church. Do you gel with the person? Do you like him genuinely? Is he your friend? Do you laugh? Do you serve together? Is he there for others? Is he respectful? Is he kind? Because it was very important for me to have someone who can actually go back to the village, to my grandmothers, to my, crazy friends, including you, to my, everyone, and just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just introduce them and be proud to say, oh, okay, this one will be humble, loving, a hard worker. Yo. He's a hard worker. I wanted a hard worker because this is someone that you're building legacies with, that you're building businesses with. You want his traits to go into your children. So I needed that. So for that part, I was impressed. Yes.
So you can confidently say that when you're looking for someone, before God has spoken to you, has said yes, it's those things that he's working in any kind of ministry.
Yes.
Well, you found a man that was on the pulpit on that particular day, or he likes to preach a lot. We know that he likes to preach a lot, and there's so many other areas that you can find a man in the church, serving in other ministries.
Yes.
So you can confirm that. He has to be able to work for God.
For me, it's very important because I'm a church girl through and through. So I don't want to be at church and someone will be like, oh, where are you? It's time up. Even right now when one said he knows that, okay, even if I come midnight and I'm at church and I'm serving, he's like, okay, I would do that. Yes.
Now, I'm saying this because now we're talking to that sister.
Yes.
She's wondering.
My God.
That is Khonhle's story.
Yeah.
But what I'm gathering is that this is what it is in essence.
Yeah.
He has to be a man of the ministry of God. I get it. He needs to be a hardworking man in whatever area. You need to see some sort of labor, to improve the lives of people, not just himself, but even the people around him. A man who's going to be able to protect you. A man who's kind, who's loving, who's friendly, who there's so many things that I think that you can look into. I don't know if I've just counted a few. What other things do you think young women should look out for?
Okay.
Not in your context.
Not in my context. Okay, generally. What you should look for really, first of all, the ground, the foundation. find yourself. Find yourself in God. You know, don't try to find yourself through a man, through what we are told. Find yourself, love yourself, be content with yourself. You know, if you need counseling before a relationship or before a marriage, go for counseling. You know, go into that relationship a better person, just to better someone's life, not for the person to come and better your life. You know, because a lot goes on in marriage.
I think that's an important point because, you know, oftentimes you find that when you talk about the foundation, finding yourself, who you are in God, the other thing is that we often get into relationships or even in marriages, unfortunately, where your spirituality is attached to your spouse or to your boyfriend. You know, that when they are not there, you don't know who you are.
You don't even know the way.
You don't even know who God is when they're not there, because they're constantly shadowing you, you're just helping you, but you don't see it for yourself. I think that's one of the mistakes that young women make, or rather just women make.
That's the mistake.
Yes, and it becomes a problem now when there's children, when there's other responsibilities, and now when you really need to be able to be at a certain point in your faith, or when you need to be finding God, because there's so much that's happening. You need to find an opportunity for yourself, or time for yourself with God, and you still feel like you need to, you know, plug in with your spouse, and there's nothing for yourself.
Now you're just healing me. I mean, when you kept talking, I was like, nothing further from the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, it is very important for us ladies to get to know the word for ourselves.
Yeah.
For us, and you know, sometimes we just go like, oh, the book of Revelation and Daniel. My husband would tackle that. Sister,
you know,
what if you lose your husband and you need to teach your children? We need to find God for ourselves, not through our men. You know, and it's very important, because when push comes to because when challenges come in marriage, when challenges come in relationship, you need to be grounded as well. You know, you need to have that link between you and heaven. You need to be prayerful, you need to be strong, you need to be who God says you are, not in the shadow of your husband.
That's good. Now, at this point, you know, it's a big deal finding a partner. It's a big deal.
It is, and there's so much content out there. I'm in the YouTube space, and in my channel, I shared my story as well. So if you want to, find out, you can just go there. There's so much content out there. There's so much pressure out there. A man must. He needs to have a car. He needs to have this. You know, we focus on shallow things. What if those things, you know, you lose all the money or you lose all that? You need to have a man with character, a man who can lead you to the altar when it's really hard. A man who can pray for you and for your children
and for your family.
For your family, I know the importance of having that, and I'm basking in that, and I thank God for that. So really, there's so much content out there, and we need to be very careful.
You know, we spoke a lot about finding and choosing and how to go about it and seeing the signs. I think we should also go back to talk about the mistakes.
The mistakes?
Yes.
That I made.
You can talk about the mistakes that you made. I think that would be good. The mistakes that we often make, besides just the one that we spoke about of not just having a self-identity with God, but also that we make, you know, of finding and choosing a partner.
Okay.
And you know, and identifying that with God.
Yeah, the one thing that comes popping in my mind right now when you talk about the mistakes that we often make as sisters is to depend on our feelings and say, oh, I feel some type of way for him. Feelings come and go. Feelings, you cannot base your whole life on feelings, because even in marriage, sometimes the feelings they go. I'm just there sitting next to my brother, like, okay, what's next? You know? You know? Yes, that seasonal. They can disappoint you. That moves, that we go through a lot. So really, oh my sister, don't. No, when that butterflies, no. No. So don't focus on feelings. Just focus on God, like I've already mentioned.
Don't focus on the pressures.
Don't focus
People
on the
telling you,
pressures.
I know him. I know he's a good guy. I know he's a Christian. Go.
Go.
You know, yeah.
Yes, and when you're saying go, you're reminding me of how I said, just proceed slowly. We're not in a competition. We're not in a race, which is often the case. The biological clock, this and that. I need to start having children. I need to prove myself worthy of a man and show my family this and that. So really, proceed slowly. Let God guide every step of the way. Whether you end up with a man or not, we have a heaven to win.
And then also for young women,
My girl.
it's the peer pressure. Everybody is into a relationship. People are finding their partners in the church. I think that's another thing that I think has become a problem in our small society, in our small community. What else do you think is important for us in the church to look out for? Say we have mentors in the church.
Yes,
Let's talk about that. We have people around us who can offer support. You know, I think it's important for us to relay this message to young people. It's important for us to open up our stories. We've made mistakes in our pasts, and we don't want the young women to repeat and to go through it because it was painful. You know, these uncertainties are not nice. As much as there's so much healing, it's good to enjoy the restoration. It was been a tough time, and we've missed out on so much, and we don't want anyone else to go through that. I think we need to take advantage of resources, take advantage of the books that we have, you know, take advantage of the ministries that are there that are going to offer you help. You know, sometimes we talk about these problems, these things, like they have their own special place in the church, but it's really grooming and reading and so many things. They just culminate to building people with better characters. So I think that we appreciate your story.
Thank you so much. And if there's any young lady who needs to like mentoring or just anything,
just reach out.
Yeah. Inbox or social media or anything. I'm just
always
ready to
available to be a big sister. Oh, that's sweet.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. Until we see you again next time. Bye-bye.